So we did our bubbles. It is Schaffenberger Brut Rosé, which hopefully you enjoyed. I thought we'd then move on to a Northern Rhone Saint Joseph white wine, 2018 vintage by Faury. This is a Marsanne-Roussanne blend. I'm not too sure how many people have had Marsanne-Roussanne blends. It's about 85% Marsanne, 15% Roussanne. Marsanne-Roussanne is very recognized within the Rhone Valley and to a certain extent some of the sort of southern France, but it's probably its best quality you see in the Rhone Valley. In southern Rhone, which this is not, in Châteauneuf-du-Pape and those places, you see it blended in with Grenache Blanc and Viognier, etc. Lots of different other grape varieties. In northern Rhone, what you're seeing is this is the white, or these are the two white grapes you see in northern Rhone that can be blended together. There's the other grape called Viognier, which has to be a standalone in northern Rhone, but Marsanne-Roussanne are two blended wines which you see predominantly in northern Rhone. You see it in Hermitage, you see it in Saint Joseph, and you see it at Crozes Hermitage. Three very, very famous villages, predominantly known as red wines, but every now and again you get the opportunity to find a yummy little Roussanne-Marsanne blend, and this is Saint Joseph. So, enough about Saint Joseph. Faury, the producer. So, for me, and what we sort of read about this gentleman, family operation, he's very what we'd call sort of artisanal. So he does everything himself. He's very much natural. He believes in the soil and the earth and the environment and the vintage. So if Mother Nature gives him a terrible vintage, that's what he's got to work with that year. If Mother Nature gives him an amazing vintage, that is what he's going to work with and make a wine appropriately. He's not going to be manipulating. He's not going to be trying to change those characteristics. He believes strongly in the environment which is given to him that vintage. That is the wines he's going to create. So you get, relatively large variations, but you get very sort of specific vintage variations coming through, if that kind of makes sense or is understandable. So it makes his wines, to me, very authentic, would be the way I'd look at it. And so when you look at this one, 2018 is a very good vintage, and this Marsanne-Roussanne is very good acidity, lovely fruit, and you're into more of that sort of stone fruits. It's what you're looking at, some green apple, there's some stone fruits, maybe a little sort of melon in there, but there's a lovely balance between this fruit and the acidity. This is done in stainless steel, so you're looking at freshness characteristics, but it has a lovely long length. We tasted it the other week in one of my classes, and to be honest with you, I was blown away how just good quality this is. I normally have sort of troubles with Marsanne-Roussanne, so they get a little oily, get a little waxy. This one doesn't have any of those characteristics. It's just a beautiful expression of what you can do in a good vintage from the Northern Rhone. So again, we're not in that very light styles of wine like Sauvignon Blancs and the Rieslings, dry Rieslings. We're not in the big, fuller styles of oaky Burgundy, Chardonnays, those sort of things. This sits in that sort of nice middle spot. Great balance, not too heavy, not too high alcohol, is what you're looking at. So for me, this is a lovely sort of transition from the summer going into the fall and just beginning to get into that sort of cooler winter times is what I would look at. Again, looking at cheeses, this would be a great cheese wine. Looking at rice, pasta dishes, some slightly sort of delicate sort of lemon juice, fish, or pasta dish with a bit of cream. There's just enough acidity to cut through that, and there's enough weight there as well. So this I love, it's beautiful. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as I do, and enjoy.